Take one.
How it's born?
Really, it just came from, I was starting my own laboratory, so I had a very small lab, and I wanted to know how to market my lab. And so I was looking for ways to market my lab, and I went to Facebook. I found, this is in 2013, I thought of Facebook and how I could use social media to make my lab. And what I discovered was much bigger than that. The potential of social media became so big in my mind, and how not only could I help my lab, we could help, how can we all come together as a profession and share knowledge and techniques and things together on social media. And I thought of all the benefits of social media, how I can reach places like Italy and Europe and Japan, and we know the internet never sleeps. It's just always there all the time. So even if you're in the lab in the USA at 2 o'clock in the morning, somebody's awake in Europe, you know, and they're ready to help you and can help you, fix your problem. And
how this group changed your life this past 5 years?
yeah, I would just say all of the relationships that I've made with other technicians, it's changed my life. It's opened doors of opportunity that I never imagined possible. Just all the traveling that I've been able to do to visit countries and meet technicians face to face, like today. I'm meeting you for the first time, so I love it. That's how it's changed my life, and also just the joy comes from watching everybody help each other, because what we're trying to do is raise the level of dental technology. And I feel like with all of the machines and we're starting to lose the human side of what we do. And so in this way, everybody that feels the way that we do can come together and have a voice, one voice.
How many people count to this group?
So in the group, we almost have 7,000 now.
Can 7,000 people start to fight against machines and maybe defend the world?
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's not that we want to not use technology. It's not that we want to fight technology, but we don't want the human handmade touch to be lost in technology. You understand? And a lot of people, especially in the USA, the problem is the companies are saying you don't need to know how to work with your hands anymore, because our machines will do everything for you.
A few months ago, I was in California with my team, and we went to a big dental lab, very, very big, like Amazon. It was automatized, and we was a little bit scared. And we asked ourselves, what is this? Is this, or is in another place or another way? What is your opinion? The world is going to divide?
Yeah, I think
poor people or poor works and homemade works. How do you think we will divide?
I think there's already a line being drawn, and right now we have to decide what kind of a dental technician do I want to be, or what kind of a dentist do I want to be. That's a decision we each have to make. But once you make it, then you put all of your focus and all of your energy in what you do best. If you work really well with your hands, you need to focus on that and try to create a niche or a personal service or something that's unique to you. Because the more that we all have machines and they all have the same tooth libraries, they have the same abilities, pretty soon it will just come down to the price. If you have the cheapest price, you'll win the accounts. Unless you do a custom handmade service that is very unique to you. That's the only way to fight it.
In Moldova, that we have a low price strategy, not to make industry, not to make factory, but just to use with the same price, the best techniques, the best material, best doctors, and create super Ferrari, super Lamborghini, affordable, not to everyone, to those people that understand the quality.
Yeah, and I think you're right. There's a place for the cheaper work as well, right? There's a place for that, but there also is a place for the high end. You know, like you said, the customized, the handmade. And I think it's a matter of the doctors being able to communicate that to the patients. I think many patients, if they know the choice that they have, they will pick the higher choice. But if you never give them the choice, they just take whatever you give them. So I think it's right, the right thing to do is to give the patient the choice. Look, here's option A, you can have this. It doesn't look too good, it's not very aesthetic. Option B, if you pay a little bit more, it looks a little nicer. Option C is my customized technician will make this beautiful, you know, and he'll try to match your natural teeth, but it's a premium price. And then you leave it to the patient to choose which level they want to be at. And if they want to take the high end, that's their choice. They'll pay the money to get the best choice. I mean, it's the same, like you said, with Ferrari and all those you're paying the high price for the custom, the handmade, you know, the beautiful look, all of that. And I think one of the biggest problems is the patient doesn't get to choose. It's like walking into a TV store and saying, I want a TV, but none of the TVs have a brand on it. There's no Sony, they just hand you a TV and say, good luck. That's kind of what dentistry is, unless the doctor sits down with the patient and explains to them where they're getting their new teeth from. I think that would solve a lot of problems, and that the patient would pay more for that kind of service. And again, like we talked about, the line is drawn between the high end and the low end. And if you choose the low end, you'll be battling all of the big companies, the big dental labs and when you try to battle those companies in a low price, you will lose every time, because you can't compete in price. So the other option is to start trying to sharpen your skills, make sure your skills are above the level so that you can go up higher, you can increase your prices, and focus on some kind of service or a niche that you do. I do platinum foil veneers. So I do a lot of minimal invasive and non-prep cases. And in the United States, I found a niche for that. You know, when doctors want those kinds of cases, they have their normal lab, and then they have my lab when they want to do those kinds of cases. And so, yeah.
Gucci lab.
Yeah, the Gucci lab, yeah.
What do you have for the next year?
Well, this is not widely known yet, so we're just working out the details,
Okay.
but we're going to start an institute. For teaching, yes, in the United States. So I'm teaming up with a doctor, a very well-known doctor. I don't say his name yet, but
Okay, it's a secret.
yeah. But we're going to build an institute where we can teach the newer generations about handmade and how to.
Why a need of a new teaching center?
I just feel like, especially in the United States, they're disappearing. They're almost gone. There are no great places to get educated. So just like the DTG, we're online to educate ourselves, right? So we're sharing lots of technique, but this will be a physical place, because the internet is, a virtual place, but this will be a physical place where we can bring technicians and dentists together. We want to do a lot of joined courses where the technicians can learn the clinical side and the doctors can also learn the lab side. And I think once that they realize that they need to know each other's job, then the cases can go a lot smoother, especially some of the more complex cases, the implant cases and the implant retained denture cases and things. There's a protocol that comes with that that's very difficult there's many different ideas about how to do it right. So I think if the doctor and the technician are together on the same page, then
They need guidelines.
so many of the courses that we will teach the doctor will bring their technician with them.
You don't think about prosthodontic part, we have a good future in front.
I think there's a huge opportunity for this type of work. I think that there's not enough knowledge out there about how
Me
to
too.
do it. So people want to charge into it and just do it right away. Let's just do a case, but they don't understand how to properly do it. So they get into trouble along the way. And a lot of times the technician and the doctor, they butt heads, because they don't understand what the other one is trying to communicate. So I really think there needs to be more education, more learning to do these kinds of cases.
Complimenti, io ti do veramente un grande in bocca al
Thank you
lupo.
so much.
Good luck, and you are invited in Moldova,
Yeah.
where they have to inscribe.
Please come to, it's called Damaged Goods Unite, DTG Affiliates. If you find us on Facebook and you apply for the group, I will let you in, and we share many things, and it's a beautiful place to be. So,
Mi raccomando,
cheers.
ragazzi.